Dougie, it was a tough start to April last Saturday against Inverness, obviously a disappointing result at home.
Yeah, obviously never want to lose any game, but I think in the hindsight of the last two games, Gareth, we should be sitting here with 6 points in my opinion. But in football you don't always get what you deserve, and unfortunately for us we've only picked up 1 point, which is obviously disappointing from where we want to be. And listen, I feel frustration as much as the fans are feeling frustration, but I've got to be fair to my players. I think over the season they've been different class, and we having success or an upward curve of where the club were before we came in, where that success becomes an expectation, and I think we still could achieve that expectation of certain people. But I think on Saturday it's a massive that we pick up 3 points, and I don't ever like to try and put pressure on my players, but because I think over the piece this season have been great. But if they want to try and finish where they think they should be, then Saturday becomes a must-win, and like I say, we must go to Ayr now and pick up 3 points to try and get into the playoffs if that's where people want to see us.
You know, we're into the final run-in now, the last 6 games, the last full month of the season anyway. Still 5 more games to go this month alone. You know, it's all still to play for.
Oh, listen, it's still there. It's just what happens with this time of the season is, Gareth, that all the games now become bigger. You get away with it in the start of the season, middle of the season, where you can maybe drop a couple of games and then pick back up, but you don't have time to pick back up. You need to win games of football at this end of the season, and you can see even at the top the pressure starting to mount for teams. You know, that's just the nature of football. When it comes to crunch, people then need to stand up and be counted, and sometimes people can't do that. So, like I say, we just got to try as a staff keep pushing the boys as much as we can. And like I say, I think over the piece, if we keep going back to the start of the season, if somebody had said to me, come the first week in April, we'll be sitting 43 points. 5 points off the playoffs with 6 games to go. I'd have bit their hand off, so it's still the same. Just obviously now with the games getting smaller and smaller, you got to start picking up 3 points, and like I say, hopefully we can do that tomorrow. And
obviously in the lead up to the Inverness game, I think it was just 1 defeat in the 8 games prior to that, but obviously you had those draws in there as well. How frustrating was it with those games where you just couldn't get that one crucial goal just to get the 3 points?
Yes, listen, everyone that gears to a Saturday to win games of football, Gareth, now there's no given right that you've got to win every game. First and foremost, you need to work to get anything out of a game. Then you hope for your players in the day to turn up and put the ball in the net. Like I said, the last 2 games we have made enough chances to win 10 games. Unfortunately for us, we've just not put the ball in the back of the net. And that's the only disappointing thing for me over the 2 games. I've been really, really pleased with the level of performance. The boys have been excellent. Just like I say, in football, at times you don't get what you deserve, and that's just life. There's been games this season we've played worse and picked up 3 points. That's just life, and like I say, my job's to keep pushing them. I'll keep doing that every day. That's my job. I need to keep on them, and like I say, whatever comes end of the season, I'll be as proud as punch to all of them. Like I say, the boys have given us everything. I hope they can do it, like I say, but we have 6 massive games to go.
Yeah. And you know, those last 6 games starts tomorrow against Ayr United. Obviously a game that's been tight encounters all season against them, and obviously you'll be looking for a big improvement from last time out. Yeah,
listen, I think the last time we played them here we lost 3-1. I think again, goals change games. We had 2/3 great opportunities before Ayr even take the lead. Then they get a goal, we get straight back into it. We get back into the game about 30th minute, and then we score and we have an unbelievable opportunity with Big George. And again, it's those fine margins that you either win or lose games of football, and if George puts that away, we get a lift, we then go again, we're 2-1 up, but it wasn't to be here. Then they get the third, then they've got something to hang on to, and to be fair to them, they've seen the game out pretty well second half. So again, it'll be no different tomorrow down at Ayr. You know, again, I've got to give a lot of credit to Lee Bowen and his staff. I think they've had a terrific season along with ourselves, and it's a total flip for last season. You know, 2 teams going at it to try and get in the playoffs. Last season it was at the opposite end of the league, 2 teams trying to fight for survival in the league, and to be fair, I think if you ask both myself, obviously, and Lee, we'd both be really happy where our clubs are at this time of the season so far.
And there's still a lot of ifs involved in it, but should we win on Saturday, you've still got that game in hand coming again against Hamilton on the Tuesday. The next 2 games are absolutely massive, aren't they?
100%. You win the next 2 games, you go level with and potentially above Partick Thistle. All depends on their game tonight, obviously, but like I say, it's all still all there to play for, Gareth. The season's not done. It's just, I feel everyone's frustration. I'm frustrated, the players are frustrated, we're all frustrated, because probably the last 2 games are the ones that hurt the most, because we lost to Inverness, but the Arbroath game, like I say, should have been out of sight. Everyone knows that. I spoke really well with Dick and Ian after the game. They know themselves, they get away with one. But again, that's football. Sometimes you don't get what you deserve, and you just got to pick yourself up and go again. And again, on Saturday, I thought first half the team were terrific. Just that goal just eluded us. And again, we come from behind. Robbie does great to get in. Grant puts a penalty away, and then for a 10-15 minute period we're at them. Nothing breaks for us, and then one player switches off, doesn't track the runner, and we're 2-1 down. Where should we have lost the game? No, but we did, and that's just the fine margins of football. And again, it's my job to pick the boys up and go again. And like I say, all season we've done that. We've had negative results and we've picked ourselves up, went again. So listen, there's all to play for. I just hope that we can find an inner strength to try and get a positive result tomorrow and Tuesday and be right back in around it with the last 4 games to go, Gareth.
And just in terms of team selection, obviously against Inverness we saw Bluesy and Ali come off with knocks. How are they faring?
I'll give them both right to the 3 o'clock tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But listen, I've got a really good squad here, Gareth. Whoever's selected to play, I'm happy to put them in. So, like I say, I'll give them all the time they can. Obviously, Lewis is still on his way back for injury. He's hopefully picking up each day, each week as goes by, his intensity, his training. So, like I say, hopefully come in the next few weeks we have a full squad to choose from. But I'll give the 2 lads that had to come off last week every opportunity to be available to play tomorrow.